Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. And I'm down here on Circular Quay at jetty number 6. Jetty number 6, and as you can see, it's just started to rain. It's a cloudy day, and looks like it'll be raining all day today. So never mind. Our gardens need a bit of extra water. But thank you for joining me on this average day, but we're going to turn it into an awesome day. Let's go for a bit of a walk and talk and chat about a topic that I've got near and dear to my heart. Actually, today what I'm going to do is chat to you about a book summary. A book summary that I recently went through, which has some pretty interesting and awesome messages. And the book summary is entitled Quiet. And it's by Susan Cain. An interesting sort of book, which basically allows us to focus on the different personality types. And the personality types that Susan goes through her book are the extroverts, introverts, and ambiverts. So it's mainly focusing on the introverted side of the personality type, and looking at it from a positive perspective, and basically allowing us to do a bit of a deep dive and getting a better understanding of what introversion is, and how it is an advantage to be an introvert in some circumstances, and how being introverted is a special sort of trait. And she makes an important point, though, in kicking off the book, that the world is owned by noisy people, even if they have nothing important to say. It's just the way of the world at the moment. The noisiest, the loudest tends to get the most attention. The noisiest and loudest seems to be celebrated as the smartest and most effective. But what Susan is able to do is she's able to go in there and unravel things and reveal that you don't need to be noisy. You don't need to be extroverted. You don't need to be in people's faces in order to be a great leader, or to be very creative, or to be an awesome contributor to your family, friends, and social circle. Because Susan says and makes a very, very important point, that there is room for everybody, and that everybody makes a vital contribution, but to not look down on introverts, and to not see their quietness, their shyness, or their work style as being something which is a disadvantage. Because as Susan says and shows us, that many of the great leaders in the world and many of the great creative people in the world are introverts. So she actually mentions that introverts are enrageous, just like extroverts are outrageous, loud, and love to socialise and to be with people and to make commotion and to be loud and to be active and to be highly energetic. Introverts, on the other hand, have an inside world which enables them to be enrageous, and they're very energetic on the inside. So they have a wonderful world. They have a wonderful world that they live in, and a world which enables them to be deliberate in what they do, to be methodical, to be creative. But also, the most important thing is that because of their style, because being an introvert or an extrovert is a style. It's a style of communication, it's a style of integration and connection, which is different, but there's nothing wrong with it, is what Susan is highlighting. And she basically says that introverts make great leaders, whereas I've always grown up to think that an extrovert, a charismatic sort of person, makes a great leader. But when I sit and honestly look back over my life, some of the best leaders that I've worked with are the people who are the quiet achievers, who are the people who are not in your face all the time, who are the people who give you space to grow, develop and express yourself without stealing the limelight all the time or draining you of energy from their high energy pitch and high energy vibe. And you know what sort of leaders I'm talking about. The people who are quiet, who are able to meet with you and to go through point by point in terms of what the expectations are, and then they let you get on with the job. They let you be autonomous in your role without being all over you like a rash and having the tendency to micromanage, to finish your sentences, to continually tell you what to do or what you're doing wrong, and basically to be a pest in your life and to create stress, havoc and pain where it's no longer required. How many people have we worked for over the years who have been Captain Obvious, who have basically told you things that they don't need to tell you because it's obvious. You know what you're doing, but you don't need to be reminded over and over again. We're not stupid. So, and this is where the introvert, this is where the quiet achiever comes into their own power, because they don't need to be obvious. They let you do what you need to do, and they can manage from a distance and only intervene when they need to, when they see that there is a need for them to add some value. The other beautiful thing about the introvert is that they think before they speak, and they're better at writing than what they are at talking. So they're the people who are great at clearly and unambiguously articulating what's required and what the plan is, and to put it in writing so that you can read it and read it again. And they're not into the chit chat, they're not into the small talk. From what Susan says, that the introvert is actually uncomfortable with the small talk, but they're comfortable with the deep and meaningful talk. So while the world celebrates the loud and extroverted leaders of the world, we must never forget that there is room for the introvert. The introvert who may appear shy, may appear that they don't require or they don't respond to overstimulation, but in their own way there is greatness there that is waiting to be tapped and appreciated. And what I'll do is I'll finish off with another observation that Susan makes in her book. So she says, on the one hand, we've got the extrovert who loves being with people, loves talking, loves being in relationships with lots of people, has lots of friends, loves partying, loves going out, loves sharing, and is bigger than life. They're bigger than life in everything they do, and as we said, there's a place for them, and we love them, and we've got them in our lives. There are lots of people in our lives who are extroverts and are the life of the party. But we also have people who are introverted, who are a little bit shyer, but they also have a depth and a deliberate style to them, which contributes to our well-being, to our friendships. You know, they're great listeners, they're great confidants, because they're not going to go and blab their mouth and tell everybody about what you've talked about. So they make good friends, just like the extrovert. The introvert makes great company and great friendships, because at the end of the day, when you want to talk about something, you just want somebody to listen. You don't want somebody to sit in there and finish your sentences and tell you what to do. How many times have we shared a problem with somebody, and all we want to do is talk it out? All we want to do is express ourselves. And before you finish a sentence, before you finish telling them what you want to tell them, they're all over you, telling you what you need to do, and making you feel stupid, making you feel incompetent and incomplete. Whereas an introvert will be there, capable of listening and capable of basically absorbing your time and making you feel comfortable, and sometimes even helping you with their silence to find your own solution, because you've talked about it, you've enunciated it, you've expressed it, and lo and behold, you've answered your own question and you've solved your own problem. But as I was saying, there is one more personality type that Susan talks about, and it's the ambivert. So she reckons that a third of the people are introverts, a third are extroverts, and there's also a group that sits in the middle, which is an ambivert, which are people who can be both extrovert and introvert. So you can flip-flop between the one and the other. And I think I sit in the ambivert place, because sometimes I do get tired of being energetic, and I just want to switch off and shut down and just listen to people and be with people without wanting to talk, without wanting to be in their face or them be in my face. But by the same token, there are other times where I come to life and love to be and express myself to the most of my ability. And I guess being an only child probably enabled me to learn both skills, because you need both skills to survive. But that's something for all of us to consider. At the end of the day, what are you? Are you an extrovert? Are you an introvert? Or are you a bit of both, an ambivert? Anyway, let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay well, stay relevant, and I hope you took some notes or some guidance from this beautiful book called Quiet, and to not feel bad if you're introverted and a quiet, deliberate leader, because many great leaders, many great people are introverted and quiet, and they make great friends and are a great contributor to the world as we know it today. And to all the others who are extroverted, the life of the party, there's always time for you and your style in everybody's life. We all need a bit of fun, a bit of energy. And to the rest who sit in between, who can flip-flop and adjust their style depending on the situation. So thank you once again. And how beautiful are these jacaranda trees. I just can't get enough of them. Anyway, let's finish off, and I look forward to chatting to you again tomorrow at 5 o'clock on on Jim's 5am Club. I'll be popping up from another location, don't know where, but hopefully we'll be coming to you with a empowering message or an observation or a book summary or something. Whatever it is, it'll help us kick off the day, get through the day, and enable us to live, learn, and pass it on. Yasas, take care, and until we chat again, bye for now.